finished watching the Trump speech to Congress last night. I wanted to watch it this morning because I wanted to have it fresh in my mind before I went on the air. And I'll be on the air in an hour. And I got to tell you, I've been crying my eyes out, and I don't think I'm the only one. I just finished, and these Democrats, am I the only one who was crying during that speech last night? You could hear it. I'm still... The Democrats, they won't stand for a little boy who's surviving brain cancer. They won't stand for an orphan who lost his dad, who goes to West Point. They won't stand for a mother and daughter whose husband and father sacrificed his life for them. I mean, what a bunch of lowlives the Democrats are. What a bunch of sicko psychos. I'm hoping to hear from you guys on the air today with your emotional reactions to the speech. You know, this country has been run by weirdos, gangsters, foreigners, sellout public officials that are on the take, and we got our country back. You know, President Trump, he said in the very beginning, America is back. And on my live stream today, I have the thumbnail up there. It's what it says, America is back. It is. It was lost with these monsters. You know, you have a mother whose daughter was murdered, raped and murdered, by the way, little girl. And named that area after her. They won't... why did they sit? Are they supporting the evil monsters that raped and murdered a baby? I don't get it. What are they thinking, the Democrats? How could anyone be a Democrat? And then these animals on MSNBC. I'm going to play some of it. Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace. I mean, I just can't believe. Now, I didn't want to cry during that speech because I don't want to cry and then go on the air. But I just finished it. And that is, what I said in the title here is so true. That is the greatest speech that any president has ever given. You know, I want to talk about this when I open up the show today. But our country, you know, there's a video right now going viral on X from the UK. In Parliament, they're playing some Ramadan music and stuff. And England has fallen. It's been completely conquered without military intervention. It's been conquered. It's fallen. And I don't know how many people realize how close our country came to falling with these evil people that drove this whole woke ideology and was taking our country in just the worst possible places you could go. You know, never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. All right, dark MAGA mode is activated. But that's the speech America needed. You know, this country was, if Donald Trump would not have won re-election, and even these Republicans that were running, DeSantis or Nikki Haley would have won, this country wouldn't have made it. We were on the verge of... The last time this country came this close to falling was in the War of 1812, when the British sacked Washington. It was close then. It was close. But we were closer to falling than even then. You know, I'm going to talk about all this on the radio today, so, you know, but... There was a movie, a TV miniseries in the 1980s with Chris Christopherson and Robert Urich, and it was oh, I forgot the name of the other actor. The third lead was the guy from Jurassic Park. I've forgotten his name offhand. And it was called America. And it took place in the future. And the Soviet Union had conquered America without any end. And that movie, it was, I watched that TV movie from the 80s a few months ago. It's on YouTube. And Chris Christopherson plays a Republican, I'm not sure a Republican, but he played a member of the House of Representatives who was in prison, put in prison by the Russians, and they showed some news clips of him and before he was arrested, and the Soviets in that movie conquered America without the military, and they have this little quick scene with Chris Christopherson when he was in Congress before the fall of America was known. And he was talking about how they had taken over our everything. Like they were doing, it's basically like the wokesters were doing. They were infiltrating everything. And this country was about to be conquered. These left-wing people with their strange ideology. I'm not going to go through the list. You guys know what it is. They had taken over everything, and we were being invaded from the southern border by the thousands every day for 4 years. And if Trump would not have won, they would have amped up the invasion at the southern border and taken that election as a mandate that they could do whatever it is they want to do. I ran over a nail or a screw. I'm not sure which it is, either a nail or a screw. I'm going to have to go to Friendly Tire and get my tire plugged, but I'm going to stop at Wawa and put air in my tire. I've got to go to Friendly Tire today and have them plug it. They do tire repairs. And that's what happened. This country was so close to falling. I am in shock here. This is insane to me. Okay. All right. It's okay. Okay. I don't know if it's a screw. I can't see because it's a little dark. Either a screw. Yeah, it's a screw. Or a nail. Not sure which. So I'm got to put air in my tire, then go to Friendly Tire and have them plug it. Free air at Wawa, which is nice. Oh, this tire is really low. I don't know if their pump's working. Might have to go somewhere and pay for air. At least we'll find out. Hold on. There we go. I just have to hold the hose. I bet Mark Levin doesn't have to do this. I gotta hold the hose. Hey, well, I don't know if you can see. If I don't hold it, it's not working. This tire's really low. I'm gonna overfill it a little bit. Yeah. Oh, the tire's real low. I don't want to wait. It may be completely flat. Then I'll have to call AAA. Yeah, this tire's really low. if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. So if you're just joining, I just finished watching the Trump speech. I got up early and watched it this morning. And I was crying. I was crying and through the whole thing, especially when he started doing the introductions. Oh, I got to put the phone down. Hold on. It's biting me a little bit. There we go. You can hear the air coming out of the hose. Yeah, this tire was low. I'm overfilling it just to make sure I got enough air to get the friendly tire. When I get off the air today, I'll go. It was a beautiful speech. Boy, it's taking a long time to fill it up. That's how low it was. I think this is just not working. All right. There we go. So, let me get out of the way of the air pump. Since it's free air here, there's already people lined up to check the air or add air to their tires. But that, of course, is what I'm going to be talking about on the air today. That speech was just, it's really what the country needed. I like that he said that they got, you know, they did. We got, he said we're taking the Panama Canal back. The Panama Canal is, it's not just that we paid for it and it's been taken, it is a militarily a strategic waterway. And to give it to the enemy, China, with everything they've done and are doing, are you kidding? I mean, come on, everybody knows this. The way the Democrats, you know what, I wonder with Nicole Wallace and Rachel Maddow, because social media has really turned to get Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace for the way they behaved about the little boy last night, the cancer survivor. And you got to wonder, is there some regret among the two of them? Is Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace this morning thinking, oh, I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have behaved that way, or not? It's hard to tell with those lunatics, because they're certainly lunatics. Now, we have, we own the Panama Canal, and Jimmy Carter didn't just give Panama the Panama Canal for $1. He gave it to them with two treaties that were signed and ratified by the United States Senate. And you can look this up. I can't recall the name of the treaties. It doesn't matter, but you can look them up. And the two treaties that the United States signed with Panama gave them control of the Panama Canal so long as they could guarantee its security, its national security. And now that it was taken over by the Chinese, they haven't lived up to their part of the treaty. So the two treaties that were ratified by the Senate with Panama over the canal, Panama agreed that if they don't maintain the security of the canal, that we, the United States, have the ability to go in and take it. You know? I don't think they had a gender studies program when Rachel was in college. She was in college a long time ago. You know, you just, I just don't know how the Democrats are processing the way they behaved. You know, they're deranged. They're not, I mean, you look at them. Look how some of them are dressed and their hair. The one that has like the green or purple hair. These are not normal people. You know, if these are the rejects from high school, the foreigners, corrupt public officials that take bribes. The Democrats is just a collection of, it's like the Democrat Party is like Mos Eisley Spaceport in Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You know, that's right. You know, and that's what you have with the Democrats. To not be able to stand for a little boy who has cancer and survived cancer, it tells you everything you need to know. You know, tells you everything you need to know. Low-life scum. Low-life scum. Now, guys, make sure if you've not done it already that you subscribe to my new X, Brian Craig USA, on X. That's me on X, Brian Craig USA. I had to get a new X, so it's Brian Craig USA. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. Oh man, I mean, I am like my eyes are like, you can't see because it's dark. But how many of you cried during that speech of the president's? How many of you? I did. I certainly did. It was amazing. You know, I posted a video yesterday afternoon. Yeah, I was crying. I couldn't believe how much I was crying during that. I posted a video in my community post section here on my YouTube channel. And it was a very funny video. I forget the name of the guy. He does a lot of comedy videos, but they did a video on a Democrat who woke up from a coma after 5 years, and they went into a coma, and Biden had become president, and then they wake up from a coma after 5 years, and Trump's the president again. It is hilarious. You're watching it work. Well, I watched it this morning. You know, I watched it this morning because I wanted it to be fresh in my mind before I went on the air. And that's what I usually do with these things. I watch them in the morning so that I got it on my mind before I go on the air. And I'm glad that I did that. I really am. Oh, All of it. I mean, the Democrats wouldn't even stand in the memory of Jocelyn with her mother there. Doesn't Jocelyn's mother, my wife thinks this is true, I agree with her, that Jocelyn's mother looks like Madonna. Not Madonna now, but like Madonna in the 80s, 90s. I mean, how could, the little girl was raped and murdered under a bridge. And them not standing for her, it's like they're supporting the rapist murderers, right? It's awful. It really is awful. Yeah. But I'll tell you that I'm not big into speeches. I don't. The only person I've ever watched make speeches are Trump's. I have seen almost every single Trump speech of the last 10 years. I've seen most all of them. And that was the best ever that he's ever given. But it was also, and I believe this in my heart, I think that was the best and most important speech that was ever given by a president of the United States. Not just in an address to Congress, but I'm talking in general. Really. I'm going to go through all this when I go on the air at 6. But I really do believe that. The country has been saved by Donald Trump. Been saved. It really has. Yeah, that was funny when he called out Pocahontas. I wonder if her husband calls her Pocahontas. He might. You never know. Oh, it was beautiful. It was just beautiful. When he was talking about, let me ask what you guys think about this. The missile defense system, he said the technology wasn't there. It's there now. And I just was thinking, Elon Musk is launching rockets almost every day, sometimes multiple times a day from here in Florida. You guys have seen me show them a few times. Do you think Starlink, that these SpaceX launches have a lot to do with this missile defense system that President Trump's talking about? He's launching so many rockets so often from Cape Kennedy. Yeah, I'm starting to think that. I really, truly am. I really am. Green was the one thrown out. He's out of his mind, senile old man. He's just launching so many rockets, Elon. I mean, I've seen him launch 2 a day here in Florida that I've seen with my own eyes. Oh, I'd love to have a beer right now. I'd love it, but got to be on the air in 40 minutes. I'm waiting to get coffee. I mean, what did Green think he was going to do? Stand up there and be a heckler for the whole time? And those stupid paddles they had, the Democrats, they look like, they just look like amateurs. They look like reject amateur activists. They don't look like they're up to the level of the United States House of Representatives. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting what's it called again? The Elon Musk internet system. I just forgot the name of it. We have it on the cruise ships. I was thinking of getting it for, were those auction paddles or like from ping pong? Starlink. I was thinking about getting Starlink as backup at the house. You know, for sometimes when we have hurricanes, we lose internet. And I was thinking about getting it. We have Starlink on the cruise ships. It's really good. I was surprised because they had another system before, and a couple cruises ago they installed Starlink, and there was such a difference. It's not as fast as, you know, I have Xfinity. I have the fastest internet that Xfinity offers because I need it, you know, for what I do. I don't know if it would be fast enough for me to live stream with, like I do so often on my computers at home. I don't know, but it's a good backup, and it works really well. I like it. But there's something up with him launching so many rockets. I wonder how many satellites are floating up there. They've been sending satellites up there since I guess what, 60, like 40, 60 years now? 65 years? When did Sputnik launch? Does anyone remember? What year did Sputnik launch? I can't remember offhand. I haven't had all my coffee yet, so. I mean, how much junk is up there? I mean, I'm sure some of it's fallen to Earth, but it's got to be getting crowded. And these spacecraft are pretty thin. It's got to be getting very crowded up there. A lot, yeah. 58, something like that. There's I don't know how many satellites are up there. Years ago, when I first moved into my house, so this is like 20 years ago, I haven't seen it in a long time, but we used to be able to see the International Space Station sometimes with the blinking lights on it, which was really cool. Wait until Elon rescues these astronauts. It's going to be the middle of the month. They're talking about bringing the stranded astronauts back. October 4th, 57. So, since 1957, I can't imagine how many thousands, tens of thousands of things are up there. Oh, yeah, the debris. Yeah. I mean, you just got to wonder, is it safe to go up there? The spacecraft are very thin. America definitely is back. No doubt about that. America is back for sure. Well, listen, guys, I got to go get my coffee, but I will be live in about 30 minutes taking your calls on the great Trump speech. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll see you in a few.